مش شيماء، ازي حضرتك عاملة ايه؟
Uh,
مش شيماء, can you hear my voice? مش شيماء?
yes, I can hear you well.
Okay. Just we will wait around 5 minutes كده. ماشي؟
Okay.
Hello everyone, how are you? Can you hear my voice clearly, everyone? Hello? Hi.
Hi.
It's very important to open your mics to join the lesson. It's very important. So check please with us that your mic is working correctly. Okay?
Okay, one moment.
Hi, so this is Ala, صح? And this is Nurai, and this is Rimas. Right? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Rimas, is your mic is working correctly? Rima,
Yes.
is your mic is working correctly, Rima? Okay. Guys, we will wait around 5 minutes and then we will start our session with Miss Shaimaa, but to make sure that all of the participants are there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Miss Shaimaa, you may start.
Okay, thank you,
I will
Mr.
put
Hen.
I
Thank
will
you,
put the
Mr.
group of
Hen.
the WhatsApp on the chatting box, okay, to make sure that you are joining from the WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? Alea,
What about you, teacher? Doctor, sorry.
hi. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Ala, your name is Ala, and then we have Nurai. Is it clear? Do I say it correctly?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Nurai. Remas, can you hear me well?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Just very quickly, I'd like to welcome you all, and it's a great pleasure having you today in my session. At the very beginning, I just want to introduce myself very quickly for you all. This is Mrs. Shaimaa, as you see, just a minute. This is Dr. Shaimaa Shaheen. I'm teaching ESL, whether it is igcse, ESL, whether it is Oxford Word, Cambridge Word. So I have been teaching English for about 20 years, as I was graduated 2001, so to about let's say 20 years, 10 of which are in the igcse curriculum. That's it. So do you have any questions for me?
Mm, until now, no.
Okay. So just very quickly, I want to know my students, uh, your grades. Ale, which grade are you?
I'm in year 9 and I'm preparing to enter IG the next year, so I want to have knowledge, a background, you can say.
Yes.
With it.
So you are pre IG right now,
You can say
or
that,
you're
like,
not joining?
no, I'm having Cambridge studies of English, but it is not 100% considered as pre IG.
Okay. So it is pre IG.
Mm, we're not preparing to IG really.
You're not prepared for the IG. Okay. You are in which country?
I'm in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. And what about Nurai? Hi, Nurai. Nurai, a problem?
Yes,
Yes, my dear. Come on. So I just want to know in which grade are you?
I'm grade 7.
Grade 7. Hi, Nurai. You're very young. Okay, what about Rimas? Rimas.
I'm in grade 6.
Okay, so today we are prepared. I'm prepared to go through the Cambridge IDC SE curriculum. I'm just going to go very quickly through the Cambridge, as we have here Ala, she is doing the IGCSE curriculum next year. So we're going to go very quickly through this and tell you what about it. Okay? So which board you don't know, but as for Cambridge, we have two boards. We have two boards, whether it is Cambridge or Oxford board. Whatever the board is, we are dealing with skills. Whatever the board is, it's skills. We are going through skills. Okay, whether it is Cambridge or Oxford, we go through the four skills of the language. Do you know what are the skills for the language?
Do you mean as listening, speaking, writing, literature, and such, or what is the
Yes,
meaning?
yes, excellent. So this is exactly what we have to do. So these are the skills. I'm sharing right now a white screen. Is it clear in front of you, a white screen? Just a minute. I'm sharing right now a white screen.
Yes, it is clear.
Yes, okay. So we have to deal with the English as the language, as a skill. So as you know that we have four skills. As for Cambridge, whether you are sitting for Cambridge, you are sitting for Oxford, it's the same. But let's say that the division of the papers, the numbers of the times you're going to sit for the exam is the difference. So as for Cambridge, we have two papers, paper two, paper two, and paper four. Let's say paper two and paper four. What is the difference between these two papers? Hail, your name is Hail. You can't hear me? Hail. Are you all suffering the same problem?
Not for me.
So it seems that it is your problem. Hail, check your mic. Okay. So as for Cambridge, we have just a minute. Somebody in the chat. Okay, thank you. So let's see here. We have the reading. In paper two, we have reading and writing. And these are two skills, reading and writing skills. Okay. Reading and writing skills. As for paper four, it's listening. And this is again another skill. Let's see, what about the weight of each paper? The reading and writing is 80 marks. 80 marks, which means 70% of the weight of the exam. So this is a great weight. As for the listening, it is 40 marks and the weight is 30. So this is 100. And total marks of 120 marks. But when we receive the grade, we are not going to take it from 120. It is going to be multiplied in a factor, whatever the factor is, and then we will receive it from 200. Okay, as for Oxford board, it is a little bit different, but still it's skills. We are dealing with the skills. Paper 1 is always for the writing, and the marks for this paper is 60. Paper 2 is the reading. Paper 2 is reading, and this is again out of 60 marks. And then we have paper 3 for the listening, and this is out of 40 marks. Paper 4, this is the speaking, and this is again out of 40. So the total marks of all these papers is 200. And then how many times do we have for the exam? We go to the exam for each paper separately. So we are going to go for the exam, let's say 4 times. Sometimes, not usually, we have the speaking paper with the reading one, and this is not usual.
Okay, and can I ask you a question, please?
Yes, go on.
About the Oxford in Cambridge, there is a grammar, or it is just been shown by the reading skills and writing skills and such?
No separate question for the grammar. You're not going to be examined. This is grammar part. Both of them are integrated together. Through the examiner is going to assess you through the skills, through the writing. How are you writing? By this, I know that you know the grammatical rule. But other than that, no question for the grammar.
Okay, what about if there is a question asking you, for example, a reading one, I hope comprehension you can say, and it is asking you for what type of speech is this sentence? Can it be?
No. You'll never find a question like this, but you might find a question asking you the purpose of the reader, about what does this mean, this line, what does it mean, to find synonyms. But as for grammar, no, you're never going to find a question asking you to correct to what type of sentence and so on. You're never going to find this.
For both, for Oxford and Cambridge.
Yes. Okay.
Why mostly people choose Oxford, not Cambridge?
Why?
Why mostly people, the ones which I hear it from them, they are usually using Oxford, not Cambridge?
This is because Oxford is a new board, so they are trying to advertise for themselves. So they are trying to make themselves more popular among people by having a very low curve. Let's say low curve, but not that very low. For example, if you want to get the A star in Cambridge, you have to get it the A star in Cambridge is out of, let's say, 95%. You have to get 95% to get the A star. As for Oxford, you have to get, let's say, 84% to get the A star. So the curve itself is totally different. That's it.
Oh.
You got it?
Yes.
That's why people, because as I said, that it is a new board. فطبعا new board, they want to be more popular, but I don't think that they will stay like this. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I thought that the best thing to start with today is to go through the reading task, writing task. I want to ask you at the beginning, which of these tasks do you find more challenging, the reading or the listening or the speaking? Which one is more challenging? إيه أصعب واحد فيهم? The most challenging one.
Writing, I think.
Yes, writing. Why writing?
Because first of all, if I'm talking about myself, I take a lot of time to think about what shall I write, for a
Yes.
specific text. As for me, in my school, my teacher, my tutor, she always gave us essays, articles, prompts, and many other. So I took about 4 hours to think of it. And now, as I see, it is just 2 hours or an hour and a half to write just a writing, and it is 3 ones or four, I guess so. So it needs a time, and there's a little bit time. Even the writing is important to know the grammar mistakes and the way punctuation you are using. It is. So I think that writing is the most complicated one.
Okay, so as you have just said, writing is considered to be the most challenging exercise. Why you think that you have to prepare yourself by for about 4 hours until you be able to write something which is good? But this could be done by practice. If you practice a lot, you will be able to write in a better way and also in a faster way. If you know that the writing task, in the writing task, whether Oxford or Cambridge, you are allowed only in Oxford. You have four writing tasks, four writing tasks, and you have to fulfill them in 1 hour and 15 minutes. As for Cambridge, you have to do this in about 2 hours. Both reading and writing, you have to finish in 2 hours. And this is in the writing task, you have three exercises here. So you have to finish this in 2 hours. How will you be able to do this? Only by practice. You have to practice a lot until you be able to write very quickly, clearly, use the correct punctuation as you have just said. You have to use the proper vocabulary words and so on. طيب, let's see what about writing, as you have just said that writing هي فعلا writing هي a great problem. But what should we do? What do I mean by writing? Whether in Oxford بقى, whether in Cambridge, what do I have to do in writing? I should have what? I should have ideas, صح? And then I have language. Ideas and language, both of them are needed. Just a minute. Okay, both of them are needed to fulfill or to get a good grade in the writing. So how can I get the ideas? Real ideas, and I have to know about. This is يعني let's say هو دايما whatever the word is في topics, specific topics you have to go through all over the year. الtopics ديت يعني it could be about والtopics دي settled for both words. Okay, so what are the topics that we have to know about? الtopics ديت ممكن تبقى environment. You might have a question of asking you to write about environmental issues, environment, health problems, health issues, and so on. Entertainment. طبعا under entertainment we can find hobbies, holidays, and so on. Technology. You might, for example, be asked to write about technology. What do you know about technology? Family, careers, education, and so on. Social issues. طب احنا نعمل الحاجات دي ازاي؟ How can we do it? Social education, social problems, social issues, education, and so on. دي التوبكس اللي هنلاقيها in both boards. يعني دي topics اللي whatever you are sitting for, you will be asked about these topics. تمام. Throughout the year, what should you do? You should read. You should search. يعني whenever we are going to have any topic, you have to read about it a lot. طب تمام. I got the ideas, but I don't know how to write. أنا لسه مش عارفة how to write. Okay. So there is still a problem. So what about the ideas? الايدياز ديت بيسميها دايما الاكزامينر بيسميها حاجه اسمها content. طب what about the language? اللانجوج هي language, ف it is language. طب the total marks for the writing in the exam is 18 marks. 16 marks, 8 for the content and 8 for the language. طب what do I have to do? طب if I don't have good ideas but I have good language, طب does it mean that I'm going to get a good marks? لا, هو unfortunately هم integrated مع بعض. If the examiner does not understand what you want to say, the message you want to convey, the message اللي انت عايزة تديها, so of course you are going to lose in the content. فهم الاثنين they are integrated together. هم الاثنين مع بعض. If you lose in the language, of course you're going to lose in the content. If you lose in the content, you're going to lose in the language. So they are integrated together. Okay? طيب, what should we do to improve our language? نعمل ايه to improve our language? How can we do it? We have to know at least at the very beginning different structures, the different types of sentences. So that's what today I prepared for you, the different types of sentence. Let's start. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question.
Yes. What's your question?
While having any of the exams, is there something to paraphrase a poem? Example, a poem, something like paraphrasing a poem?
Paraphrasing a poem? No, you're never going to be asked to paraphrase a poem, but you will have something else if you're sitting for Cambridge to rephrase a text. You will have a text. You are going to be asked certain questions. Yeah, for example, this is a whole text, a reading text, a comprehension one, about advantages and disadvantages about swimming in cold water. For example, you are going to be given a question, write the advantages and the disadvantages. So you are going to go through the whole text, find the points, rephrase the points. What do I mean by rephrase? Write them using your own words. Which means that if you are writing using your own words, it means that you are going to use synonyms, you are going to write them in an advanced structure, complexity, with things like this. You got my idea?
Yes, I got it. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay, دايما الاكزامينر عشان to give us the mark for the language, he's always asking us for complexity. ايه الكلمة دي? What do I mean by complexity? يعني I don't need simple sentences, I need complex ones. طيب what do I mean by complex? يعني قصدك ايه? What do you mean by complex sentence? Okay, let's see now what do I mean by complex, what do I mean by compound, what do I mean by independent clause, and so on. Have a look here. Have a look at this sentence. I like pizza. What type is this sentence? What type of sentence is it?
Simple.
Simple
Present
sentence.
Simple.
It's a what?
Simple.
Simple.
A simple sentence.
It's a simple sentence. Let's say it's a simple sentence, or we can say that it is a dependent clause or independent clause. Independent clause means a simple sentence which fulfills the task. When I read the sentence, I understand everything. أنا فهمت. أنا خلاص. I don't need any other thing. خلاص, I understood. So when you say I like pizza, you understood or you didn't?
I understood.
You understood the meaning, which I want to convey here. So what do we call this? We call it independent clause. اسمها independent. Independent, it doesn't depend on anybody. مش محتاجة حد، هي لوحدها. She can proceed the task. I can understand it well. Okay. So I like pizza is an independent clause. طيب, does it because it has only one subject, only one object, that's why it is an independent clause? If I say, for example, my friend and I like pizza. So by now I have two subjects. So does it mean in here it is no more an independent clause?
No.
It is independent.
It's still independent. فit is not the matter of finding more than one subject فتبقى لا مش independent. لا. If I understand الكلمة دي لوحدها, السنتنس دي لوحدها, I understand, أنا فهمت منها, يبقى خلاص this is what we mean by independent clause. So what type is this sentence? As you have just said, it is a simple sentence and independent
Independent
clause.
clause.
Yes, excellent. So it is divided, as you see, subject, verb, and object. So it is a simple sentence or an independent clause. Okay, so let's have a look here. Pam eats pizza. What about this one?
Independent.
Independent clause. Okay.
Independent.
And then Sue drinks cola.
Independent.
So by now I have how many independent clause?
Two.
Independent and independent. بس هما they are separated together. I want to join them. How can I join them?
Pam and Shu. Pam eats pizza while Shu drinks cola.
How can I do it? I need to make a connection between them. How?
We will put apostrophe and.
Apostrophe and? You mean comma and?
Comma and, sorry.
Yes. So you can make a connection because this is additional information. So you can use similar ideas. So these are two similar ideas and this is addition. So you can use and. If I put it like this, it is not going to be a correct sentence because it should be preceded by a comma. Type when I join these two independent clauses, am I still a simple sentence?
No.
What do we call our new sentence now?
Complex sentence.
Complex sentence.
لا, هي دي اسمها compound sentence. هي مش complex خالص. طب why do we call it compound sentence?
Because it compounds between two independent sentence.
Yes. So if I have one independent and the other is also independent, and I make a connection between them here using preceded by a comma, what are the things that I can use here to make the connection?
Or and
Or, you said or, what else?
And
For and
While.
for and nor but or yet so.
What do we call this? Fan voice. We call this
Coordinating
fan
conjunctions.
Excuse me? So we call them fanboys. The F stands for?
for.
Yes. The A for?
And.
The N for?
Neither.
Nor, not neither.
No.
And the B is for? But. And
What?
the O is for?
Or.
And the S is for?
S.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
So, excellent. So if yes.
You didn't say the why.
I didn't say what?
Why?
The
Why.
Yes.
Yes.
Why is what? Yes,
Yes.
excellent.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So by this, if you do using any of these things and both two sides that is sentence are equal, the independent في النص حطيت fan voice, one of the fan voice preceded by a comma. This is we call compound sentence. Okay? So let's continue. I want you to have a look here and try to do these two sentences. When I say Noura works in Egypt, her husband works in USA, the USA. So I want to make these are two what? Two independent clause?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
this is
Nora
independent and the other
works
one
in
is open.
Egypt.
So Noura works in Egypt. I want to make a
And
connection between these two sentences. هتبقى إيه؟
and
But
And 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 it should be preceded by
Comma.
a comma. Is it still everyone separately is independent clause, but together when I join using and, they are what? This is what we call the new name of our sentence.
it's compound sentence.
Yes, it's a compound sentence. Okay, so here it is. Let's see another example. The boy swims, he dives. Now I want to join these two sentences.
Teacher,
How
can I
can,
answer?
yes,
The boy swims, comma, and he dives.
so do you agree with Ala?
Yes.
I
Not
think
me.
we can remove he.
Yes,
The
excellent.
boy
This is not
swims and dives.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can remove.
So let's see now. Have a look at the sentence. He is repeated, ya Ala, so you don't have to say it again.
Doctor, it is not me.
I'm very sorry.
No
So,
problem.
so as you see here, when I say, if I just added and, it is not going to be a correct sentence, unfortunately. So what is the correct form of the sentence? The
The
boy
boys
swims
and
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 dives.
dives.
Yes, because he is repeated. No need to repeat he. Okay, another example. Tom studied a lot. He did not pass the test. So what is the relation between these two sentences?
Tom.
No, I don't mean, here I do not mean the subject. I mean as a meaning wise.
Tom studied a lot, but didn't pass the test.
But he did not pass the test. It's a new idea. It's totally a
Yes.
new idea. So, and these are two contrasting ideas. هو Tom studied a lot. So you expect when somebody studied a lot that he passed the test with the flying colors. But unfortunately, he did not pass the test. So, which one of the fanboys I'm going to choose?
But.
But. Yes, because these are contrasting ideas. And is it correct like this?
Yes.
No punctuation missing?
The
comma.
comma.
Yes, comma. Excellent. So I have to use a comma before the conjunction, before any of the fanboys to make a compound sentence. Let's go through the next one. Tina often gets seasick. She has decided to take the ferry.
Tina often gets
So
seasick, so she
So
has decided to take the ferry.
How
she
come?
decided.
No, you understand what do I mean by ferry? It's like a
The
boat.
medicine.
No, it's a boat. Boat.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
boat. How come the person who often gets seasick decided to take the ferry? This is again,
Neither.
I neither is not here. Is not one of the fanboys. Neither is
Nor.
not
Sorry, nor. Nor.
not Noor because Noor doing
so
two. Wait a minute.
But
So would you please wait till I ask you? Okay, so this is a contrasting idea again, and the outcome of which is not expected. I did not expect that the person who often gets seasick will take or decide to take the ferry. So I'm going to join the sentence using yet because the outcome is not as I expected. So I'm going to join using yet, preceded by Again, preceded by?
Comma.
Yes, thank you. So because I did not expect this to happen, I joined using yet. Let's have a look at another one. I drank some milk. I was thirsty.
Yet I was thirsty.
Mhm. Let's see. So I drank some water. I was thirsty. This is the reason. Why did you drink? Why did you drink? Because I was thirsty. So what is the equivalent of because in the fanboys?
Uh,
So
So is a result.
For being thirsty.
Yes,
for. Okay.
yes, for I was. So this is the reason. So I will join using for, preceded again by a comma. Okay?
Okay.
Still, all my sentences are compound. All what I did is compound sentence. But the examiner still does not need this. Let's continue to see how can we upgrade our sentence. He can buy the book. He can borrow it.
or
Or
Why did I choose or? Because I'm doing
because
what?
he can do this or this.
Yes, there you are choosing between two things. So you're going to use or, because or means when you want to choose things. This is a
Yes.
choice. Okay, and then you have to add what before?
A comma.
Yes, excellent. Okay. It was cold outside. He put on a sweater.
So
So because, why did you use the so? Because this is the cause. It was cold outside. This is the cause, and this is the result of the cause. This is the effect. So that's exactly what should be added.
comma so.
Excellent, comma so. Okay, let's have another example. She does not drink milk. She does not eat butter. So these are two
No.
negative. Wait a minute. So these are two negative sentences. Here doesn't again. So these are two negative sentences. What shall I do then? Do I have to add nor and that's it?
Comma nor.
Okay, let's see. Does it sound like a good sentence? She does not drink milk, nor she does not eat butter.
No, it's negative.
No.
Okay, have a look here. Of course, I cannot do this.
And
So what can I do then? I have to do like this. What did I do? She does not drink milk, nor I'm not going to repeat she again. I'm not going to repeat the negative because the negative is the word nor. So I'm not going to repeat these two things again. Still what does. So, but now what shall I do? I have the after nor to write the verb I have, which is does. And then to make my sentence sound correctly, I have to re-add the she again. So, nor does she eat butter. Does it sound difficult?
no.
Okay, let's have
No.
another example to see how we can do this again. So,
Okay.
this is an independent clause. When it is joined by nor, you have to add the verb you have in front of you and then the positive sentence because nor is negative itself. Now, let's have a look at this one. Mm, my dog, my dogs refuse to eat carrots. They will not touch the beans. Are these positive or
Nor
negative?
nor does they touch the beans.
Just a minute. So now my dogs refuse. So refuse again is a negative meaning, but in another way. صح?
Yes.
So
Yes.
my dogs refuse to eat carrots. And then comma nor. طب what about the other sentence? Do I still have the
Does
verb does? Do I still have the verb does?
Nor will eat.
no,
No.
nor will they touch the beans.
Thank you, Zainab. So nor will they touch the beans. Did you get it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So exactly as Zina has just said, so nor will they touch the beans. Let's see another one. Sandra did not go out yesterday. She did not do the homework. Okay, let's see how can we do it?
Nor didn't she do
No,
the homework.
wait a minute, wait a minute. So nor is negative itself. Nor is negative. So you have to remove the not. So Sandra did not go outside yesterday, comma,
Nor
nor.
didn't she
No,
do the
no,
homework.
no, no, wait a minute. This not خلاص حطيتها هنا خلاص. النوت دي أنا حطيتها هنا. خلاص أنا I don't need the nor the not again. So nor إيه بقى؟ nor she
Nor she
Did she?
nor she do the homework. Did the homework.
ليه do. طب ما هي
Did
already
did
did.
did the homework.
Yes, nor she did the homework. Exactly as you have just said. Okay, so have a look here. Now we knew how to form the sentence using to form a compound sentence using the fanboys. طيب is it the only way to form the compound sentence؟ لا عندنا حاجات تانية خالص. Like what? Conjunctive adverbs. ايه دول؟ What are the conjunctive adverbs? These are again another word used to join two independent clauses. The independent وindependent تاني. But at this time I'm not going to use the fanboys. So do I have to change the punctuation?
Yes.
Yes. I have to use what? What do we call this one?
Semicolon.
Yes, excellent. So we have to use a semicolon and then we are going to add here the conjunctive adverb followed by a comma and then the independent clause. Let's continue. طب what are the conjunctive adverbs? Here are they. Otherwise, moreover, therefore, nevertheless, next, nonetheless, and so on.
Any verb that describes and verb.
This is not, these are not verbs. These are
Sorry, any
verbs.
noun that describes verb.
No, my dear, these are
Speech
words,
verbs.
words which are equal to the fanboys. طب تعالى نشوف how. She did the homework. Furthermore, she watched the TV. هي furthermore ديت it means what? It is like what in the fanboys?
So no.
Furthermore is equal to what in the fanboys?
So.
Yeah?
So.
It is equal to so? No.
For.
No. Furthermore is an addition. Furthermore is addition. She did the homework and she watched TV. طب أنا مش عايزة أستخدم and خلاص. and خلاص. and ديت خلاص أنا كبرت. أنا دلوقتي I can use حاجة أكبر من and دي. فأستخدم بدل furthermore I can use instead of and I can use furthermore. But when I use furthermore I have to change the punctuation. ايه punctuation اللي هغيرها هنا؟ لازم احط semicolon followed by a comma. طب هي furthermore بس هي اللي equal to and؟ لا خالص. I have many other things which are equal to and. Does anybody know what is equal to and?
In
And
addition.
is furthermore.
In addition, furthermore, what else?
Moreover.
Moreover, thank you, Alea. Huh? What else?
In addition,
You said in addition, furthermore, in addition, besides, all this is equal to and. بس when I use any of these things اللي هي اسمها conjunctive adverbs دي I have to change the punctuation. I have to use semicolon وبعدين comma. طب let's see. So furthermore is equal to what? To besides, in addition, moreover, also, and so on. But remember we are joining two independent clauses. احنا بنعمل joining ل two independent clauses. طيب. She did not study. Consequently, she failed.
Sequence. It is
This is again, she didn't study. This is dependent or independent clause?
independent.
This is independent. And the other sentence, she failed. This is?
It's dependent.
Dependent.
Depends on who. You did not understand. She failed. Does it complete?
Independent.
It's an independent sentence clause again. I want to join a two independent clause using adjective conjunction. يبقى consequently. طب هي consequently بس طبعا preceded by a semicolon وبعديها comma. طب هي consequently دي equal to what in the fanboy meaning wise يعني ايه consequently is equal to so صح.
Yes.
She did not study. لو أنا بعملها بالتانية هتبقى she did not study comma so she failed. She did not study so she failed. طب أنا عايزة أغير دلوقتي واستخدم conjunctive adverb. طب هي so equals to what؟ هي so equal ل consequently. بس if you use consequently you have to change what? The punctuation. طب هتبقى ازاي punctuation؟ Semicolon followed by a comma. Is it clear?
Yes.
طيب what are the other words that are equal to consequently?
As a result.
As a result, what else?
So.
So في حتة تانية خالص. So دي مع الفانبويز دي في حتة تانية خالص. هي معناها so. Consequently المينينج بتاعها هو so. بس هي في حتة تانية
Lastly.
خالص. Not lastly. Not lastly. Consequently so meaning wise. لكن في الconjunctive عندي therefore. صح؟
What's hence?
It's equal to therefore. It's the same meaning. Or thus. كمان في thus معانا. Thus. Okay?
Okay.
The man has much money. He is not happy at all. So I do it now using however. هي however preceded by a semicolon followed by a comma. طيب هي however دي كان في حد شبهها كده meaning في الفانبوي. Is there anything
However,
Yeah.
what
Yet.
is it? Yet and
But.
or but. Yes. بس لو أنا I am going to use yet or but عشان دول من الفانبويز I have to use a comma before. بس لكن if I'm going to use however I have to use to join using semicolon before.
Semicolon before.
And what after?
A comma.
And a comma after. طب هي however بس which I can use?
No, there is a lot. As
What
despite this,
Anyway.
No.
despite this fact.
Despite this fact هي بس دي هتغير السنتنس خالص. Despite the fact that دي هتغير.
Although.
Wait a minute. هي despite دي independent دي هتبقى dependent clause. So this is something else. Forget about it now. فعندي however is equal to but.
Although.
We have مش although هتبقى لو أنا if I started a sentence although هتبقى dependent. Although he was happy. إيه بقى؟ You didn't understand أي حاجة. ف this is dependent clause. أنا بتكلم دلوقتي على الاتنين sentence independent. الاتنين. دي independent ودي independent. دي لوحدها أنا فاهماها ودي لوحدها أنا فاهماها. ف I'm not going to join ولا although ولا despite ولا in type of ولا الحاجات دي خالص. Just a minute and you will find the others. طيب however وإيه تاني which is equal to however we have nevertheless, nonetheless, on the contrary, on the other hand, still. All this equal however في المينينج لو أنا I'm joining two independent clauses. Okay?
Okay.
طيب let's see now how can we make an independent, how can we make a compound sentence after we have finished. What are the rules about the compound sentence? هي دايما لازم تبقى ايه independent clause صح؟ independent و independent.
We can use semicolon or
Wait
coordination.
a minute. And then I can make it using fanboys صح? Preceded by a comma. This is a compound sentence. طيب is this the only way؟ لا this is only one way. طب امال ممكن تاني نعمل compound sentence ازاي؟ Independent
By using a semicolon and with adverbs.
اسمهم conjunctive adverbs. semicolon conjunctive adverbs اللي هم synonyms للfanboys اللي احنا اتكلمنا عليهم. conjunctive adverbs بعدين comma. This is another way to form a compound sentence. طب هو دي احسن حاجه ممكن اعملها concerning الاكزام بتاعي؟ احسن حاجه ان انا استخدم compound sentence؟ لا خالص، انا كمان لازم اتكلم على complex sentence. Any question concerning the compound sentence?
No.
Okay, so let's see now how can we make a complex sentence. Just a minute. Okay, طيب let's see now ايه هي الكومبلكس sentence ديت وبعملها ازاي؟ الكومبلكس sentence is a sentence with only one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. يعني ايه الكلام ده؟ هو احنا we understood ال independent clause. ايه dependent دي؟ Dependent دي when I read it I'm not going to understand. It depends on the other sentence to convey the meaning. هي dependent. يعني ايه dependent؟ When you depend on somebody it means you cannot do the task on your own. ما بتعرفش تعمل حاجة لوحدك. You are dependent. You depend on somebody else. طيب let's see here. We want now to see what about our sentence. I will wait here until you finish dressing. So this is a sentence. I will wait here until you finish dressing. This is another one, right? Where is the dependent and where is the independent?
Independent that can depend on itself, while dependent they can't depend on itself. They should have an independent sentence with it.
Okay, so I
As
wait
the,
here. I wait here. This is
yeah,
dependent
this
or independent?
it's independent.
Independence.
Yes, this one is independent. As for the
And
other part of the sentence,
dependent.
Dependent sentence.
dependent sentence. So are the two parts of the sentence equal as before?
Yes.
No.
No, this one independent, one dependent is a complex sentence. But did I use any conjunctions in the middle to join? Yes, until. This is adverb.
Yes.
Okay, so this we call complex sentence. I will wait here independent. والتانية until you finish dressing. This is dependent clause, and I use the conjunction in the middle. Okay, let's see another sentence. So the result one independent, one dependent, one independent, one dependent. So the result is a complex sentence. Okay, have a look here. What about the sentence? Student whose name is Arid came late this morning. I want now to know where is the dependent, where is the independent.
The student is a
The,
dependent.
The
Who is
student لوحدها كده انت فهمتي منها حاجه لما قلت لك the
no,
student
there is
you
no
didn't understand.
independent sentence. This is all dependent sentence.
طب بصي كده لو انا عملت لك كده the student read it now. The
The
student,
student came late this morning.
this is what?
This is a
Independent
complete sentence.
Yes, so it is dependent or independent?
Independent.
It's independent.
Independent. يبقى دي كبير. طب امال اللي في النص دي ايه؟ Whose name is Edith.
Dependent.
It's
Dependent.
independent. Oh, it's dependent. Sorry.
So it is dependent. يبقى now it is an independent. In the middle there is dependent, right? And I can add two commas in between because this sentence اللي هي dependent I can remove from the sentence and I can understand. So again, the result is what? One independent, one dependent. So it means it is a complex sentence or a compound sentence?
Complex sentence.
Yes, because the two parts of the sentence are not equal. واحدة dependent واحدة independent. بس المرات ال dependent مش موجودة في الجنب. هي it is in the middle. Okay, let's see. What about the next example? She wore what she bought last week to the party.
She wore to the party is independent.
Excellent.
And what she bought last week is dependent.
Excellent. So this is again what type of sentence?
A complex sentence.
A complex sentence. And concerning the additional information which was written in between, اللي هي dependent clause, I can use what? I can use two commas because I can remove this sentence خالص. انت حاططها كده لانك you can remove it and throw it away and still you can understand. So excellent. So as you have just said, she wore to the party. So this is an independent clause. And in the middle, what she bought last week, this is dependent. طيب, let's see. When the complex sentence begin with the independent clause, when the complex sentence begins with the independent clause, a comma is required. يعني ايه الكلام ده؟ مش فاهمة حاجة. Does any of you understand? Have a look here.
We need a comma between the two sentences, the dependent and independent.
Wait a minute. Okay, let's see now. John and Maria went to the movies. After they finished studying, where is the dependent? Where is the independent?
After they finished independent, John and Mary went to the movies.
This is what?
Independent.
This is independent. So you begin your sentence by the independent. And the other part of the sentence after they finish the studying, this is what?
Dependent.
So, yes. So if you start by the independent clause, followed by a subordinate or a conjunction in the middle, and then the dependent clause, no need for a comma. You got it?
Yes.
We
Yes,
do not use, yes, we do not use any commas. مش هحط أي حاجة في النص لو أنا بادئة بال independent clause. طيب, Rami is very clever because he always studied there every night. Let's see now. I will choose myself. Who will answer me?
Rami is very clever, comma,
Wait a
he
minute.
always...
I said that I choose.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Just a minute. So, okay, go on. Maya?
Rami is very clever, is independent, and he
Rami
always
is very clever, excellent, Maya. So this is independent clause, right? Yes,
always
continue.
is dependent.
So Rami is very clever. This is independent because he always studied every night. This is dependent. And then you have the conjunction in the middle. So do you need any commas?
No,
You don't need any commas. Excellent. So this sentence is correct. Okay. So, and this is again what type of sentence? Is it complex or compound?
It's complex.
Complex. Okay. Why complex?
Because it has because in it.
Because the two sides of the sentence are not equal. One is dependent and the other one is independent. You got
Dependent.
it? Yes.
And we
Let's go
also
on.
look that because the word because is in the sentence. That's why.
Yes, it's the conjunction. Yes.
So
Hmm,
because is there in the sentence. That's why I said that it's complex.
yes, because is there, right? But because, what does because do in the sentence? It makes the
Makes a
other.
complex sentence.
Yes. I went to the party next door, even though I had school the next morning. Who will answer? Who can answer? Raise hands if you want to answer. You can raise your hand if you want to answer. Okay, so somebody, I don't know whose name, with the wolf or the tiger's face.
Yes.
Yes, your name is
Answer.
Asser. Yes, Asser.
I went to the party next door. The last one.
Yes, the last one, Asser.
I went to the party. It is independent. Next to the next door. I went to the
Next
party.
door.
Uh, I went to the party. It's independent
So I went to the
sentence.
party next door. This is independent, correct?
Independent. Even thought I had school the next morning is dependent sentence.
It is dependent. So what type of sentence when you have one independent
Complex
and
sentence.
one? It's a complex sentence. And joined in between by a conjunctive.
Even
Yes,
thought
thank you.
conjunctive. You're welcome.
Okay, so have a look here. If the participants are less, the auction cannot start meeting.
Can
Okay,
I answer?
okay, go on.
The participants are less. This is an independent clause.
Read
No,
it
no, it's
from here.
dependent.
It's
Dependent.
dependent, correct.
Yeah.
So because I do not understand if the participants are less, نعمل ايه بقى؟ مش فاهمين حاجة. So this is
That's
dependent clause. Yes.
the actuation can't start
Action, yes. Yes.
start meeting. This is an independent clause.
So if you start by the dependent and then the independent, you have to use a comma. Remember when we started by the independent and then the dependent,
There should be a
there was no commas in between. But the opposite, if I started by the dependent, I should use a comma. You got
so
what
if the independent clause is in the beginning, there's no comma.
if the independent, yes, correct. If the independent at the very beginning, so there is no need for a comma. If you start by the dependent, you need a comma. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Okay. Have a look here at this sentence. I met a student whom you're talking about.
I can I
Yes.
say can I answer?
Yes.
I met a student. This is an independent clause.
This is independent. Yes, correct.
You are talking about it's dependent.
Whom you are talking about, this is dependent. But can I use any commas here?
No, because the independent clause is in the beginning of the sentence.
Excellent. Have a look at the second one, Esther.
Yes.
Come on, Esther. Where is the dependent? Where is the independent clause?
Jakarta, where I was born. This independent sentence is a
Did you
very
understand?
busy city. Is dependent.
Have a look here, yeah, Esther, Jakarta. This is what?
Jakarta. It's independent
Jakarta
sentence.
is a very busy city. This is what, dependent or independent?
Independent sentence.
Independent. Excellent. And in the middle,
Dependent sentence.
dependent sentence. هي dependent sentence ديت using what? Relative pronouns. ده اسمه relative pronouns. Do you understand what do I mean by relative pronouns?
Yes.
Yes. So because this is a place, that's why I use where. And this is additional information. So I can remove from my sentence and still my sentence sounds correct. Okay, so this is again a complex sentence. Alaa?
Yes.
Yes, come on.
Okay. Last year when I met her for the first time was special for me. Okay, 1 minute. Last year was special for me. This is independent.
Excellent. So this is independent clause, right?
While for when I met her for the first time, it is a dependent clause.
And what about the punctuation, my dear?
When is the relative pronoun?
Yes, it's the relative pronoun because I'm talking about time.
And it is talking about time.
Yes. And what about the punctuation? Nope. Is it correct sentence? The punctuation is correctly written?
No, there's 2 commas must be inserted.
Yes. Yes. 2 commas must be inserted between to show that this is a dependent clause. This is an additional information. If I removed all this part, my sentence still sounds perfect. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Please tell me the reason why you did not attend the meeting.
Can I answer?
Okay, your name?
I'm Nurai.
Yes, Nurai.
Please tell me the reason. It's a dependent clause.
Dependent, Nurai?
Please tell me the reason.
The reason why. The reason why. Yes, continue. Go on.
I think it's dependent.
Continue.
You didn't attend the meeting. This is an independent clause.
So please tell me the reason. Please tell me the reason. Did you understand anything when I say, please tell me the reason? For example, you were late. So your mom is going to tell you, please tell me the reason.
So it's independent?
So it is an independent clause.
And you didn't attend the meeting is dependent?
Why? Yes.
Yeah.
So this is independent clause. And why you did not attend the meeting? This is dependent clause and joined in between by why. But can I remove anything from the sentence? Sentence دي ينفع أشيل منها أي حاجة؟ دي ينفع أحط commas؟ ينفع أعمل أي حاجة فيها؟ يعني هنا we put 2 commas, inserted 2 commas in between because this is additional information. بس هنا can I do this? Can I put, for example, y between two commas? Can I remove y from the sentence?
No.
No, excellent. So I cannot remove it. There is no punctuation missing. And still again, back to our rule that we start, if we start by the independent clause, no commas. If we start by the independent clause, no commas.
I want to ask, Doctor.
Yes, go on.
As it is in the last part, you didn't attend the meeting. How it is considered as a dependent one?
You didn't attend the meeting, huh, وبعدين? Did you understand anything?
Yes,
You didn't.
that I came to the meeting. I haven't been with you in the meeting.
You didn't attend the meeting, but still, it seems that it still needs more. You didn't attend the meeting, so tell me why. You have to complete. Why you did it, so, or why you didn't attend the meeting? Please tell me. So it still sounds that there's something missing in the sentence. And still again, the whole sentence cannot be separated. هي واحدة dependent واحدة independent بس هو كلها ما ينفعش أسيب حاجة منها للتانية. Okay? Okay. Now, as for the igcse, what type of sentence is needed? هو الexaminer needs إيه مننا؟ محتاج إيه مننا الexaminer؟ وإحنا we said that we need 8 content to 8 language. طيب, which sentence shall I use? Shall I use compound? Shall I use complex? أعمل إيه? And I want to get a good grade and I'm aiming for the A star. أعمل إيه? طب let's have a look here at 2 sentences. John waited for the train. The train was late. What type of sentence?
Dependent, compound.
This is independent. Well, this is what else? The other part is what?
Independent.
Independent. وهم they are not joined. They are not joined at all. John waited for the train was late. No connection between them. These are 2 simple sentences. طب أنا لو كتبت كده في الإكزام ده هيعمل فيا إيه؟ هيضربني. This is not needed at all. طيب, can you join the 2 sentences دول?
Okay. Therefore, the train was late.
إزاي therefore?
Because of the train was late, I mean.
He waited for the train. So John, let's see. John waited for the train.
But the train was late.
But the train was late. Okay. Another way to connect. حد يعرف يقول to join these 2 sentences? Another way?
In which the train?
John waited for the train, although the train was late.
John waited for the train, although the train was late. Okay. What else? Type.
John waited for the train. Still, the train was late.
Still,
Yes.
the train was late. Okay. Okay. Eating.
Or the train was late.
For the train was late. You can change على فكرة, you can change الارrangement of the sentence مش لازم تاخديها زي ما هي. You can change the arrangement of the sentence. You can change the words used. Do whatever you want.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question about IGS General for English language.
Yes.
Sure, as you know, we take it as a second language.
Yes.
And now I heard that we take from 9 to 1 the marks. How it is?
This is the grading system only. 9 to 1, it means the grading system. Yani it is equivalent to what out of 9? Your grade is equivalent to what out of 9?
Yeah,
You got, for example, let's say 9, and 8 and 9 are considered as A star. Before, the grading system was A star, A, B, C, and so on. But now it is no more that way. It is you're going to receive it as numbers 9, 8, 7, and so on. This is what we mean by 9 to 1.
So you mean if we have brought more than, for example, if we're talking about Oxford, more than 80%, then it is considered as 9 or 8?
Yes, it is considered as 9. Yes, it is considered as 9. Correct. So John waited for the train because the train was late. So this is one thing. John waited for the train. Because the train was late. Okay. كل اللي انتوا عملتوه دوت compound sentence.
Yes.
طيب ممكن انا اغير انا شويه. John waited. John waited for the train. For the train which was late.
Sure.
صح. Which was late. What else? Wait a minute. We can say as although the train was late, although the train was late, John has to wait. طيب نبص كده على السنتنس اللي احنا عملناها دي. احنا اول حاجه الاكزامينر needs زي ما احنا قلنا عايز complexity. طب الكومبلكسيتي ديت هو لو بص على السنتنس الاولانيه John waited for the train but the train was late. هو مش بس عايز complexity، هو عايز complexity و accuracy. فطب السنتنس الاولانيه فيها any problem؟
No, but it is not so accurate.
Still here I need a comma before but, because this is the independent clause, this is independent clause. So if I join using the fanboys, any of the fanboys, I have to add a comma, right? So I'm not going to receive the full mark if I do like this because I missed a punctuation. طيب اللي بعديها John waited for the train although the train was late. Any problem concerning this one?
No.
هنا ال independent clause in the middle وأنا بادئة this is the dependent, this is the independent. طيب وقلنا لو احنا if we started by the independent يبقى there is nothing in between.
Miss,
Yes.
the handwriting is tiny and I can't see anything.
I know. I'm trying to improve it. Okay. So have a look here. John waited for the train. Still the train was late. هنا انت عملتي دي اسمها compound sentence صح؟ ليه compound sentence؟ لأن you are using what؟ هنا في دي compound still ديت اللي هي الايكويفالنت لبut بس حتى البنكتويشن لما حطيتها ما حطيتهاش مظبوطه. ليه؟ لان البنكتويشن مع الكونجنكتيف adverbs كانت عباره عن ايه؟ سيمي كولن
وكولن او كوما
وكاما. طب for the next sentence, John waited for the train. For the train was late. Which type? Which type of sentence? Compound? Compound again?
What?
لأن I used the what in the middle as a conjunction. ده اسمه ايه؟ ده fanboys صح؟ وفي كوما قبليه. يبقى this is a correct sentence. طيب بالنسبة للإكزامينر which one is better? This one ولا this one؟ ولا هما الاثنين زي بعض؟ دي هنا أنا مستخدمة fanboys وهنا fanboys. Is there any difference?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? There is no difference. هما الاثنين بالنسبة للإكزامينر they are the same.
There is no comma difference.
بس I added خلاص I added the comma.
Okay.
بس بالنسبة للإكزامينر what will the examiner think of these two sentences؟ هما they are equal. هو احنا when did we take the fanboys? At which stage?
For me, I took it in grade 3.
احنا خدنا الفانبويز بالظبط. يبقى الاكزامينر كده هيعرف ان احنا كده واصلين فين. احنا الانفورميشن اللي عندنا وصلت لحد فين؟ لحد year 3 and you didn't progress. That's why we do not have to use this. لان انا لازم to show the examiner that I know English. I am back to the first level, to the first language. لازم اعرف الاكزامينر ان انا I know English very well. Okay, so what about the second one? Number 2 اللي هي John waited for the train although the train was late. This is what type of sentence?
Compound.
This is لا compound ازاي؟ دي واحدة independent واحدة dependent. يبقى دي ايه؟
Complex.
This is complex sentence. طب بالنسبة للexaminer this is better or not?
Yes.
بالظبط this is a little bit better. بس still أنا كمان ممكن أخليها أحسن من كده. طب إزاي؟ Let's see. طيب John waited for the train which was late. This is what type of sentence? John waited for the train which was late.
It is a complex one.
It is a complex sentence again. But I doing using what? Relative pronoun. طب وهو relative pronoun when did you take it in which grade? Maybe in first prep, right? Grade 6, maybe 6 or maybe 6 or 7. But our exam is up to that. So مش هينفع نستخدم دي برضه لأن الإكزامينر عارف كل حاجة عننا، عارف he knows quite well إحنا in which stage. الإكزامينر عايزنا نبقى up to 16 years old. الأيديز بتاعتنا تبقى mature ones. يبقى الستايل بتاعنا up to 16 plus. يبقى مش هينفع برضه نستخدم الكلام ده. This is again cannot be used. طيب what about the other one? طيب يبقى which لو احنا رحنا دي complex ودي complex صح؟ This one is complex and this one is complex also. بس which is better؟ بالنسبة للإكزامينر which is better؟
I think which
Complex sentence.
ما هم دي complex ودي complex. دي complex ودي complex. بس هو عارف ان احنا اخدنا joining the two sentences with contrasting ideas والكلام ده كله اخدناه when we are a little bit older than when we took which. So it is better to use subordinate clauses instead of the relative pronouns. طيب لسه عندنا sentence تانية. Although the train was late, John has to wait. Yes.
that is a better one.
السنتنس دي فيها ايه؟ بس هي better بس الاكيرسي فيها مش مظبوطة. مش it is not an accurate sentence. لأن I cannot start my sentence هنا past simple and here it is present. إزاي يعني؟ يبقى I have to change. يبقى although the train was late, John. How do I have to change this verb. هيبقى had to wait. طب had to wait ديت عملت حاجة في السنتنس meaning. When I understand that somebody has to do something, it means what? That he was obliged to wait? صح ولا لا؟ Maybe he had to wait, which will give me another way to complete and to develop my sentence. لو أنا قلت had دي we call it يعني tone. أنا حسيت بالمعنى، حسيت إن هو متضايق وهو واقف. Maybe he has a meeting which he didn't want to miss. Maybe he has an appointment or whatever. So had to wait حسستني كده إن he is obliged. He is not satisfied by waiting. So John had to wait. Can I complete my sentence?
Yes.
How?
Maybe using a discourse marker.
And then?
And then we're going to complete the factor or the case of John.
So how can you complete? Give me how can you complete? What would you say later? So although the train was late, John had to wait.
Which had caused to him a lot of problems.
Let's say John had to wait, or let's say that John had no choice but to wait. Right?
Yes.
So now I understood that he is obliged to wait, but to wait. Okay. So although the train was late, John, and then I have to add here a comma or not. Do I have to add the comma here or not?
Yes, because we began with a dependence.
Yes. So I have to add a comma here, but to wait. Okay. So somebody else will write it another way, and I want you to compare. Somebody will say, despite the late train, John had to wait. Due to the important meeting, he had. What do you think of this sentence? هي كانت very simple ideas وكانت two simple sentences وانا عملت لهم ايه؟
I joined them.
I joined them. وكمان عملت ايه غير joining a sentence؟
I had put a discourse marker as despite in you.
So I used despite. والاكزامينر عارف كويس قوي ان despite دي اكبر كتير قوي من although. Yes يا آسر. Yes يا آسر, what do you want? Was it by mistake?
Nothing. Yes, by mistake.
Yes, okay. So concerning the examiner, هو عارف ان despite ديت لا هي ديت مش زي although, لان despite دي ليها other rules. وبعدين انا عملت حاجه اسمها compound noun بدل ما قلت
الخط
the
نحيف.
train
بصي
was
ازاي
late.
شكله تبين.
Okay, are you there? So عملت حاجه تانية خالص، حطيت له late train مع بعض بدل ما كنت بقول the train was late. عملت حاجه اسمها compound noun. بصي هو الاكزامينر بيفكر ازاي انت بتعرفي تعملي ايه. فdespite the late train, John had to wait. فانت هنا you added the style, you added the tone. خليتيني تقدري تفكري had to wait. فit means ان في حاجه في reason, so I have to think why. وبعدين you join due to the important meeting he had. في واحد تاني عمل حاجة تانية خالص وغير برضو من السنتنس دي وقال despite the late train or the late, let's say the late arrival of the train. Despite the late arrival of the train, luckily, John managed to attend his meeting. أنا عملت إيه في السنتنس؟ عملت لها إيه؟
A great conflict.
Despite بالظبط كده. أنا عملت إيه؟ Despite the late arrival of the train. ما خليتهاش late train، لا ده أنا late arrival of the train. وبعدين حطيت luckily اللي هي I started my sentence by an adverb. يبقى أنا بعمل sentence variation. مش كل السنتنس بتاعتي شكل واحد. Sentence variation. Luckily, John managed to attend his meeting. طب أنا ممكن أقفل هنا؟ لا. أنا الحاجات اللي أنا حطيتها دي هتخليني أعمل حاجة اسمها developing the ideas. لأن examiner needs me to develop ال ideas بتاعتي. أنا كانت عندي two simple sentences. لو أنتوا فاكرين إحنا بادئين بإيه؟ We started using two simple sentences. أنا عمالة أفكر وأعمل development لل ideas. تفتكروا ايه اللي ممكن يحصل؟ what would happen؟ هو despite the late arrival of the train, luckily John managed to attend his meeting. لو even if you are watching a movie and this is a good ending, right? If this happened at the very beginning of the episode or the movie, خلاص you will feel that there is no problem. طب أنا خلاص مش هكمل فرجة. بس I have to think more to make my sentence or to create interest for the examiner. I have to create a problem. لازم أفكر إزاي أخلي الإكزامينر لسه he wants to read again. So what do you think? How can I complete the sentence? No suggestions?
What is your question exactly?
My question is لو أنا كده this is my sentence. Sentence دي كده خلاص هو despite the date arrival هو
So which sentence?
This one, the last one. The last one.
To attend to his meeting.
Yeah, he attended the meeting خلاص. مش كده خلصت السنتنس؟
Yes.
Yes. طب كده خلاص انت you are going to stop ولا you have to think again عشان نكمل معاك قراية عشان نكمل.
To attend his meeting to get more information from the teacher to try to do in the exam well.
طيب لو انت you are watching a movie دلوقتي والحياة كده كلها لطيفة وخلاص هو he attended the meeting. Are you going to watch؟ هو احنا why do we watch movies؟ لأن بيبقى فيه problem. We want to know what would happen later on. صح؟ I'm going to contrast the idea. I'm going to contrast what was said. How can I contrast اللي حصل ده؟ It's a pity though. It's a pity though. What happened? It's a pity though. What happened? Or let's say that this is an interview. Huh? John managed to attend his interview. It is a pity though what happened to John. He was not accepted. So kindly mute your mic. So despite the late arrival of the train, luckily John managed to attend his interview. It's a pity though he was not accepted. So بالنسبة للإكزامينر كده you are doing what you are creating interest. إيه ده بجد؟ هو طب ما هو he attended the meeting خلاص و attended the interview on time. إيه اللي حصل لتوم؟ It's a pity he was not accepted. I used the though in the middle عشان though دي it is equal to however in meaning. Contrasting idea. انا بعد ما خليت كل مشكله اتحلت وخلاص هو يعني attended the meeting، انا عملت له a new problem ان هو he was not accepted. That's how we have to think. لازم نفكر while we are writing how to engage the reader اللي هو examiner يعني. This is how we have to go through the writing, to think out of the box. And we have to think of sentence. هي sentence هتبقى ازاي تبقى complex and so on. Do you understand now what I mean? بصوا أنا بدأت إزاي؟ أنا بدأ الأول بإيه؟ John waited for the train was late. قعدنا نفكر مع بعض we brainstorm ideas till we reached like a very short story about John, right?
Yes.
This is again what we should do all the time. We have to think all the time how to create interest for the examiner. ازاي نعمل ايه عشان examiner to continue reading with us. طبعا throughout our course we are going to develop this more and more and to understand how to make complex sentence, how to develop ideas, how to include the emotions, how to show not tell things, and so on. Any question concerning this part?
No.
Any questions so far?
No.
Ask you for advice.
Yes, go on. Ale?
Yes.
Yes, Ale.
In your preference and your knowledge and your experience, which one do you prefer to say to us to choose, Cambridge or Oxford?
For the time being, it's Oxford. If your school allows you to choose, so of course you choose Oxford. As recently they have just sent an email telling us that they are not going to, the curve would be less than the one which was for 2020, for the session of the June 2020 last one. So maybe the curve will be less than 84. As for Cambridge, no news. You got my point?
Yes.
For Oxford, it is a little bit, it is not easy, but it is the matter of the curve itself. The curve is not equivalent to that of Cambridge.
Oh.
It is less than Cambridge.
Everything is hard at the first.
Yes, that's it. Everything is hard at the very beginning, and then by practice, everything will be clear and easy.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you all. Any questions?
Nothing.
Any questions? Okay. See you.
I guess the last question.
Yes, okay, go on.
For example, the next is I want to take English in my second year. Will I take it in June or in November 2020?
You are in which grade?
I'm in grade 9.
Now you are in grade 9, so you want to take it in November, you mean? Or to wait till June when you are in year 10, right?
No. I mean, for in the second year of IG, which is supposed to be 2020.
When you are in year 10.
11.
Right?
11.
ازاي 11 من 9 دلوقتي.
Yes, but I do not want to begin in the first year with English.
You want to postpone the English till you be in year 11, right?
Yes, exactly.
It is not a good idea.
Why?
English is a language, and language needs practice. And as for those, and from my previous experience, nobody sits for the exam once. So if you take it in 11, you will not have the chance to if you need to upgrade your mark, if you want to change, if you want to improve, so you will not have the chance. طب ما ناخدها في 10، تاخديها في 10 وتخلصي منها، و if you need to improve you will have your time. لأن الإنجليش هو language فبيبقى محتاج وقت شوية عن ال other subjects. يعني for example لو انت بتدرسي مثلا biology أو chemistry أو whatever، السبجكتس ديت انت بتذاكري فبتروحي تلاقي نفس الحاجة في الامتحان، صح؟ لكن بالنسبة للإنجليش لا، هو الوضع مختلف. انت بالنسبة للإنجليش هو اللي هتذاكريه مش هتلاقيه خالص في الامتحان. ليه؟ لأن انت هتعملي practice، فانت give yourself time to practice. طب انا خلاص جربت نفسي ولقيت نفسي انا حاسه مع نفسي كده ان انا كويسه، فانا دخلت في year 10 بس طلعت الدرجه مش عاجباني، طب يبقى انا معايا 11 اجرب فيها تاني، معايا 12 اجرب فيها تاني. لكن انت ليه هتاخري؟ فاهماني؟ ليه
Yes.
تاخري نفسك؟ This is what
Really?
I want.
Our
وespecially ان دي السبجكت دي مش 1 plus 1 equals 2. يعني بالنسبه للانجليش مش انا هذاكر النهارده خلاص chapter 1 فهروح بكره همتحن في chapter 1 هلاقي إن كل الكويستشنز، لا unfortunately هو ده سكيل، والسكيل محتاجه practice a lot practice.
why can't I upgrade it in year 12?
طب ما انت هتكوني نسيتيها.
How?
You will forget.
Why? Doesn't English being a processed one?
خلاص ما انت مش بتاخدي الانجليش تاني، هو انت هتاخديه once وخلاص. فانت في مثلا في 11 عندك other subjects او في 12 عندك other subjects، هيبقى ملهاش وقت. طب ما نخلص منها، نخلص ماده ونخلص منها.
Okay, I will tell you now my process that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking to have the next year 6 subjects.
6 subjects, okay.
Because I want to enter medicine really. So, while for the second year, I will take about year 11. I will take 4. So,
okay.
so
6 and 4
here.
you have 10 subjects. ولا you mean by the A levels and the O levels?
No, all together has the total is 10.
Okay.
So then I had finished my secondary education. I will just be having year 12. So if there is anything wrong with my grades and I'm not satisfied with, I can improve it.
Okay, if you're not satisfied, طب الانجليش ده practice، هترجعي تاني you're going to study again from the very beginning. طيب انت طيب ما هي it's the same. طيب why don't you start from now؟ هتبتدي مثلا your subject، لان السبجكتس في 9 هي 10. ف why don't you start from now from year 9 وتبتدي بقى تعملي بتاعتك دي، وتبتدي 10 تبقي خلاص دخلتي انا مذاكره الانجليش كله مثلا من 9 وادخله في جون 2020 هنبقى 20 كام؟ 2022 صح؟
23.
لا لو في 10 لو انت اخدتيه في 10 هتبقى 2022 صح؟
Yes.
فانت you can start from now. ليه هتستني؟ لو انت عايزه تعملي كده ابتدي من دلوقتي، ابتدي من year 9 وتدخلي جون 2020 جون 2022 انت مخلصه اصلا السبجكتس بتاعتك. You can start from now.
In my school, we have another curriculum. We are not preparing for RG because there is a lot of students who are not preparing for RG. So we just take year 9, not the exact RG curriculum. For
You
Egypt,
have to start it. Yes, you have to start it on your own. You have to start it on your own. انا خلصت السبجكت ديت ادخل 2022 اللي هي بقى اللي هي year 10 بالنسبه لك، انت خلاص you already have to finish the subject so you can sit for the exam.
Yeah, I got it.
why do you have to wait? السكول مش بتدينا الحاجة اللي احنا محتاجينها. So why do I have to wait? أدخل 2022 أنا اللي هو year 10 بتاعتي أنا already خلاص I'm done with the syllabus.
Inshallah, I will work on this advice.
Yes.
Thank
This
you.
is هو which country are you? You said in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes, I'm in Saudi Arabia.
Yes. It, unfortunately, this is a great problem because you should, starting from year 9, حتى even here in Egypt, if you are in year 9, although this is this is considered to be pre-IG and the British curriculum and the IG curriculum, but it is not acted well. يعني مش برضو الطلبة بتاخده as it has to be.
Yes, because mom has someone who know her son is now in grade 10.
Yes.
So, but he did not depend on the school. Even he did not depend on private tuition. Thanks a lot, Inova.